held in person in consideration of ongoing COVID-19 health concerns. We are also offering the option for the public to participate through Zoom if preferred. Instructions on how to participate virtually are included in the city calendar item listed on the front page of missionts.org. Please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Emily, will you please call the roll?
Boltinghouse,
Here.
Inman,
Here.
Ryherd,
Here.
Spring,
Here.
Davis,
Here.
Parker Thomas is absent, Toby,
Here.
Inman.
Here.
Aladdin.
Here. All right. This is a special meeting. We will only be considering the 3 items in our agenda tonight. Especially that our action items for this evening. We'll present on all 3 resolutions. And at the conclusion of the presentation, I will entertain.
So this is test it.
I think we just found a live mic. Thank goodness we all don't earn our living doing this, right?
Difficulties. All right, I believe the technical difficulties have ceased. So Laura, then on all 3 resolutions before that, at the conclusion of her presentation, I will entertain 3 separate motions to consider each resolution individually.
Thank you, Mayor. As you are all aware, we've talked through some of our initial budget work sessions about the impacts of Senate Bill 13 and particularly signaling our intention to potentially exceed the revenue neutral rate for the 2023 budget year. The council in a previous work session gave us verbal direction that that was the way that you wanted to proceed through this budget process. We did not give formal notice in terms of a resolution to the county clerk last year. And so we did not originally have that in our timeline. And then based on an email that we received from the league last week, really suggesting that it needed to be in the form of a formal motion or a resolution, we felt this was the most appropriate way to make sure we covered those bases. So just as a recap, since the implementation of Senate Bill 13, the county clerks calculate a revenue neutral rate, which essentially generates the same amount of revenue as you raised in your previous budget year. So in order to take advantage of any growth and assessed valuation to help cover costs, inflationary costs for things like fuel or vehicles or personnel costs that may increase over time, cities are capturing or exceeding that revenue neutral rate and then making a final decision about a mill levy as they adopt those budgets. So what you have before you this evening are 3 separate resolutions of intent. So the city council has the authority over the City of Mission's budget, as well as the Rock Creek Drainage District number 1 budget and Rock Creek Drainage District number 2 budget in terms of setting or establishing that mill levy. So to just, again, ensure that we are able to have as much flexibility as we continue through our budget process, you have those 3 resolutions in front of you. Currently, the city's mill levy for the 2022 budget year is 16.369 mills. The revenue neutral rate for the 2023 budget was estimated at 14.764 mills. In Rock Creek Drainage District number 1, current mills are 10.499. The revenue neutral rate is 9.599. And in Rock Creek Drainage District number 2, the current mills are 7.685 and the revenue neutral rate is 7.498. Each of the resolutions that were included in your packet on Friday are simply seeking to maintain the same mill levy for the city's overall budget and the 2 drainage district budgets as we have in the 2022 budget. But again, just based on the limitations of Senate Bill 13, it does require you to exceed that revenue neutral rate. What these resolutions would do, we would provide copies of these resolutions by Wednesday this week, July 20th, to the county clerk. That would be then the formal recording of our intent to exceed revenue neutral. We also have to publish the date and time of the public hearing that is held in association with that, which we determined several meetings ago would be September 7th at 6 p.m. I'll be happy to answer any questions. But this, and again, the final mill levy and the final budget will not be established until those September 7th public hearings. But we have to notify the county clerk by this Wednesday of our intent to exceed revenue neutral so that they can supply the appropriate notices under the provisions of that legislation. So I'm happy to answer any questions. If not, as the mayor said, it would take 3 separate motions to consider these resolutions.
All right, thank you, Laura. I would now entertain a motion on the resolution for the city of Mission budget.
Mayor, City Council approved the resolution notifying the county clerk of the city of Mission's intent to levy a property tax exceeding the revenue neutral rate for the city of Mission's 2023 budget.
Second.
Any discussion or questions for Laura? Seeing none, Emily, please call the roll.
Inman,
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Ryherd,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
Josie.
Aye.
Thomas is absent. Motion passes.
All right, I would now entertain a motion on the resolution for the Rock Creek Drainage District number 1 budget.
Mayor, I move that the city council approve the resolution notifying the county clerk of the city of Mission's intent to levy property tax exceeding the revenue neutral rate for the Rock Creek Drainage District number 1, 2023 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Emily, please call the roll.
Boltinghouse,
Aye.
Kring,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Josie,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Ryherd,
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
Thomas is absent. Motion carries.
I'm sorry, and who seconded that motion?
Kring. Kring.
Frank, thank you.
And finally, I would entertain a motion on the resolution for the Rock Creek Drainage District number 2 budget.
Mayor, I move the city council approve a resolution notifying the county clerk of the city of Mission's intent to levy a property tax exceeding the revenue neutral rate for the Rock Creek Drainage District number 2's 2023 budget.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Emily, please call the roll.
Kring,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Josie,
Aye.
Ryherd,
Aye.
Loudon,
Aye.
Inman,
Aye.
Boltinghouse.
Aye.
Thomas is absent. Motion carries.
That concludes our special meeting agenda. Before we adjourn tonight, I want to share with the public that the video from this meeting will be available through a link on our website, missionks.org. There being no further action necessary, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are
Aye.